Hello friends, welcome to Technozar. This is Rohit Sharma and I am going to start a formula revision series. Okay, so first of all I am starting with our new subject, that our first subject, that is network theory, and this is a part 1 for formula revision, part 1, and in this I am covering the formulas of circuit elements and the signal waveforms. Okay, what are the three types of circuit elements? First is the resistor, inductors and capacitor, and the formulas related to this we are discussing in this video. Okay, and also second, ideal voltage and current. So also we can say these as independent sources. Okay, independent sources. The symbols related to this we will also covering, and the dependent sources, that is there are four types of dependent sources, that is voltage current voltage source, current control voltage source, voltage control current source, and current control current source. Like these, there are total four dependent sources that we are discussing with their symbol, and also last is the standard input signal, that are the step, ramp, parabolic, etc. Okay, these are the topics which we are covering in this video, and this formula revision will be daily. I will take one video. And in this week I will complete all the formulas for network theories, so that you can revise for your exam, whether it is ISRO, whether it is this video is also important for those students those who are preparing for NCL, that is National Coalfields Limited. Around 4 to 5 vacancies are there for electronic students. Okay, for this I will also bring a detailed video for this also, how to fill up the form, etc, etc, and what is the syllabus for NCL, that is National Coalfields Limited. So please subscribe the channel for further update, and also do like and share the video with your friends. Okay, so let's start the video. First is, we will talk about resistor. Now resistor is that property of system due to which it opposes the flow of current. So I can write current is inversely proportional to resistance. That means current is inversely proportional to resistance. If resistance is increasing, then current will automatically decrease. If resistance is decreased, the current will automatically increase. Okay, so please remember, resistance act as an opposition for the flow of current. Okay, or you can say the electrons through it. Now resistance, the formula for resistance is equal to rho L upon A, where this rho is known as resistivity of the material, that is constant for every material. Okay, whether it is the material which from which resistor is made up of. Okay, this is constant by the manufacturer. Okay, L is the length of the conductor, that it should be in meter, and A is the area of cross section, that should be in meter square. So please remember the units of this, and please remember this formula. Okay, and please remember also this relation, that is current is inversely proportional to R. On this formula you can have one or two questions related to this in your exam. Now if this is a resistance, by Ohm's law I can write V is equal to IR. But if I am talking about in time domain I can write it like this: V of t is equal to R into I of t, or you can say I of t is equal to 1 upon R V of t. Similarly, we can also write this in S domain. In S domain, that is also known as Laplace domain or Laplace transform. Okay, Laplace domain. In this domain, you can write it as V of S is equal to R I of S, or I of S is equal to 1 upon R into V of S. These two domains are very, very important. Okay, now next one is, what is the power loss in a resistor? Now there are two types of power. First is active power, and second is reactive power. Now active power is due to only resistor. Okay, active power is only due to resistor, and reactive power is due to two elements, that is inductor as well as capacitor. Okay, so I will give a detailed video upon active power, reactive power, and apparent power. Okay, which will be our another lecture on our YouTube channel. Okay, so please stay on this. Just you have to remember that resistor only gives active power, and inductor and capacitor only gives reactive power for an ideal case. Remember, this is for an ideal case. Okay, so whenever power loss in resistor is taken, then this is active power, not reactive power. Remember, so it is given by power is equal to VI I square R. You can write I square R or V square upon R. If you want to find energy dissipated in a resistor, then energy dissipated is equal to integral of time t1 to time t2, p, that is the power, dt. So if you want to find the energy dissipated in the resistor, you have to integral the power relation. Okay. So now, if two resistances are connected in series, that is R1 and R2 are connected in series, then the total resistance is given by R1 plus R2. Second is, this is series and this is parallel. If two resistances are connected in parallel, and if you want to find the total resistance, then 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. From here you can find R equivalent will be equal to, on solving this you will get R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. This is how you can find the equivalent resistance for a parallel combination. Now second element is known as capacitor. Now what is a capacitor? It is a storing element. Remember, it is a storing element, and it stores storing element and stores energy in the form of electric field. Remember, it stores energy in the form of electric field, whereas inductor stores energy in the form of magnetic field. Okay, so this is a symbol of capacitance. These are two plates, and this is the dielectric medium between them, okay, which stores the energy. Okay, so here capacitance, formula for capacitance is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r A upon D. Now what are epsilon naught, epsilon r, A and D? Now epsilon naught is known as the permittivity of free space. Epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the dielectric, which dielectric is used in between the capacitor plates. A is the cross-sectional area of parallel plate, that is in meter square, and D is the separation of plates. Okay, or you can say the distance between the plates. Okay, so epsilon naught value is fixed. Okay, that is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Remember this value. Okay, so next is, if you are using a capacitor, then the voltage relation for capacitor is equal to V of t is equal to 1 by C integral of I dt. Okay, that is 0 to t, like this. If you are talking about the current relation, then you can give it as C dV by dt. Now, if you have to put this in Laplace domain or S0 S or S domain, you can say, then V of S is written as 1 upon SC I of S. Okay, and I of S can be written as SC V of S. Okay, so please remember these relations in time domain as well as in S domain. Okay, if you want to write the impedance, what is the capacitive impedance for this, then Z0 is equal to 1 upon SC, or Y0, or you can say admittance, then it is SC only. Okay, so remember these formula. Now what is the power in capacitor? Now this is reactive power. I have already told you. So reactive power is given as VI, and I is equal to C dV by dt. Therefore CV dV by dt is the power relation. Energy stored is given by here as 1 by 2 CV square. Remember. Now if capacitances are connected in series, here if the capacitances are connected, suppose if two capacitances are connected in series, that is C1 and C2, then C equivalent will be 1 upon C equivalent is equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2, or you can calculate it by C equivalent is equal to C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2, like this. Now if two capacitances are connected in parallel, then simply you have to add those capacitance to find the total capacitance. Therefore C equivalent will be equal to C1 plus C2. Okay, now next one is inductor. Now inductor stores energy in the form of magnetic field. I have already told you this. Okay, inductor stores energy in the form of magnetic field, and it gives reactive power. Okay, so what is the formula for inductor? Inductance is equal to mu naught N square A upon L. Okay, its SI unit is Henry and the capacitance SI unit is Farad. What is mu naught? Mu naught is the permeability of free space. Okay, so N is the total number of turns in coil, A is the cross-sectional area of coil, and L is the length of coil. So please remember this. So please remember the formula for this. You can have direct question on this. Just you have been given value for mu naught, N, A and L, and just you have to find the inductance for a given question. Okay, so here if this inductance is given, then what is the relation for voltage? Voltage will be equal to L di by dt. And if I have to find the current relation, it will be equal to 1 by L integral of 0 to infinity phi of t dt. Okay, if you want to write it in Laplace domain or S domain, then it will be equal to V of s is equal to SL I of s, and similarly I of s is equal to 1 upon SL V of s. Okay, so these are the formula. Impedance will be equal to SL and the admittance will be equal to reciprocal, that is 1 upon SL. Okay, so these are the formulas related to capacitances, inductances and resistances. Power in inductance is given by L into I di by dt, and energy is equal to 1 by 2 Li square. In capacitor it was 1 by 2 Cv square. Okay, so please remember. So now remember some point for a linear network. What is the principle for a linear network? For a linear network, it holds the principle of superposition as well as the principle of homogeneity. Remember, this point can be asked in MCQ. Now, elements that conducts in both directions is known as bilateral element. Okay, or you can say bidirectional element. Third one, a network containing circuit element without any energy source is known as passive network. Passive networks are those elements which don't have their own energy. Okay, or you can say it works as a sink. Okay, like R, L, C are the passive elements. Now, a network containing energy source, those elements which worked as an energy source, then these are called as active network. First is voltage source and second one is current source. Remember. Okay, so next one is our ideal voltage source. Voltage always remain constant for any volume of current passing through it. Okay, no matter how much current is passing through the load, but the voltage will remain constant for an ideal case for a voltage source. Okay, remember, the current through any voltage source is purely arbitrary. It will depend upon the current source which is connected in series with it. Okay, and the load resistance which is connected in parallel with it. Remember, we cannot write KCL equation here. Okay, so please remember. Now, second is our current source. Here the current remains constant for any value of voltage across it. Remember. Okay, and here you cannot write KVL equation as there is a current source. Here you can only write KCL, and in voltage source you can only write KVL. Okay, remember these points. Now there are some dependent source. First one is current controlled voltage source. Okay, that is also known as CCVS, and this is the symbol for current controlled voltage source. V of t is equal to K times of I1. K times of I1 means that is it. This voltage source is controlled by the current. Okay. Now these are dependent source. Second one is voltage controlled voltage source. Now this voltage is controlled by this V2 voltage. Now voltage controlled current source VCCS. This current is controlled by the voltage source V1. Okay. Now last one is current controlled current source CCCS. Now this I of t is controlled by I2. Please remember the symbols of these. These are very, very important, and K is constant here. Okay. Now these are some standard input signal. First is step function. Now step function is defined by U of t. Here this is f of t, but it is generally defined as U of t. It is 0. It is 0 for t less than equal to 0, and 1, or you can say k, for t greater than 0. Remember this. This is a step function, and the Laplace for step function is 1 upon s. Okay, 1 upon s. Now second one is ramp function. Okay, here ramp is defined as r of t. Okay, and it is also written as t u of t in function of step. Okay, r of t is given as 0 for t less than equal to 0, and it will be equal to kt for t greater than 0. Remember. Okay, next one is our impulse signal. Now what do you mean by impulse signal? Impulse signal is defined by del of t, which is equal to 0 for t not equal to 0 and infinity for t equal to 0. That means at t equal to 0 the amplitude is infinite. Okay, this is known as impulse signal, and the Laplace is 1 here. Next one is our parabolic signal. Okay, here it is defined by p of t, and it is given as k t square by 2. Magnitude will be k t square by 2 for t greater than 0 and 0 for t less than equal to 0. The Laplace of parabolic signal is 1 upon s cube. Okay, so please remember this is our fourth signal. Okay, these are the four standard input signal. Now how to find the average value? Okay, I have not seen any question related to you in your ISRO exam. Okay, so to find the average value, it is equal to 1 by t integral of 0 to t and y of t dt. This is how you can find the average value, where t is the time period of the periodic function y of t. Now last is how you can find the RMS value. RMS value is known as the root mean square value. Okay, this is this can be root mean square, that is 1 by t integral of 0 to t y of t whole square dt. Okay, this is how you can find the RMS value. Now if y of t is given in like Fourier series form, okay, Fourier series form, from here also you can find the RMS value. First you have to find this root, okay, then a0 is the DC term here, a0 is the DC term, a0 square plus 1 by 2 a1 square plus a2 square, so on. Okay, and then the b1 terms, 1 by 2 of b1 square plus b2 square, like this. Okay, this is how you can find the RMS value. Now form factor is given by, form factor is equal to RMS upon average value. Okay, so please remember these points. Okay, these are some formulas related to circuit elements. Okay, now what is the RMS value of sin omega t and cos omega t signal? Okay, if two signals are there, sin omega t and cos omega t, then 1 by root 2 is the RMS value for those signals. Sin omega 2 t can be written as e to the power j omega t minus e to the power minus j omega t upon 2j. Okay, or cos omega t can also be written as e j omega t plus e to the power minus j omega t upon 2. Okay, I don't think so this will come in your exam. This is sin h omega t, but this is important and this is important. Okay, these are some formulas related to the circuit elements and the standard input signals. Okay, I have covered all the formulas related to the circuit element and the standard input signal. If you have any doubt related to this, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, or those students who have problems in subjects of EC, okay, in EC subjects, okay, subjects wise courses are also available on Technovizard app. And if you want to if you are preparing for ISRO, then ISRO TA crash course is also available on, for electronics, also available on the Mechanical Adda app. So go and purchase there at a minimum cost. Okay, and the heavy discounts are going on right now. So okay guys, all the very best. And this is a formula series. I am starting this formula series for each and every subject, and this is the first video for network theory, that is a formula series 1. Part 1 for network theory. I will complete it in around 4 to 5 videos for network theory. Okay, so guys, take care and all the very best. And if you like the video, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so bye, take care.